guy comment on one of my videos about how much protein you should eat because the FDA or some three letter organization says that's how much you should eat. And he said zero point 0.8 grams of protein per kilogram. That would be 0.8 grams of protein for every 2.2 pounds that you have. There's way too many variables to make a blanket statement like that. And I'll do another video on how much muscle can you gain in a year. What are the variables? But people are always, oh, the science, the science, the science. Hey, research is great. I'm not saying it's not valuable, but who's paying for the research to tell us how much protein we should eat? What corporation's paying for it? Who's paying for it? Is there an agenda? Because the people that pay for research, they want the findings that they want, or why would they pay for it? And findings are not proof. And you hear me say this all the time. Why do they use hundreds of people in a study? If everyone was the same, you would only need one person. Just one person for every study. It'd be so much easier. And then you could state your facts according to this one person. But people are different. I hear crazy. Come on. We all know the person who's in their 60s. I've had people tell me this, in their 60s or 70s. They eat all the junk they want. They don't exercise. They feel great and they're very healthy. Okay, that's weird. But not everyone's like that, but some are. So how much protein should you eat? Well, I think age matters. Are you lifting weights? There's a lot of things that matter. Now, I say age because, if you're over 50, 60, 70, I believe you need more protein. Now, why do I believe that? Why do I believe the things that I believe? Because you always hear me say, I'm not a scientist, I'm not a doctor, I'm not anything except a health club owner, and I own multiple health clubs, and I've been working out since I was 12. So the things that I believe them because of what's happened with my body and what I've noticed works for my body. And 0.8 grams of protein for 2.2 pounds of body weight is not enough protein for me at age 61. It's not enough protein. I weigh about 170 pounds and I shoot for 150, 160 grams of protein, and I supplement with amino acids. If you're watching, you guys all know that. Essential amino acids. That's what works best for me. And older people, probably most of them, they don't have the appetite. They're not eating the amount of calories that they ate when they were younger. So you have to focus on protein. 150 grams of protein is a lot if you're eating 1,500, 1,200 calories, which a lot of older people, that's all they eat. They're not hungry. They're not eating that much. So you have to focus on your protein if you're older. Now, if you're younger, you're trying to put muscle on. My rule of thumb is that I found for me. Now, when I was younger, playing college football and training really hard, I ate more than 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. So if I weighed 180 when I was playing football, I ate 200 grams of protein. But it was easy back then. I was eating 6,000 calories. You don't have to count your protein if you're eating that many calories. So you know that I always say everyone's different. I shoot for 1 gram of protein per pound of lean body mass. That's my goal. But everyone's different. You have to experiment with this. You have to see how you feel. And yes, I'm all for scientific studies. They're very, very valuable. to glean information from, but they're not facts. They're not facts for everybody. So you have to look at these things open-mindedly, and you have to talk to multiple doctors, multiple nutritionists. Find the diet and the macros that works for you. I'm a big advocate of just cutting out processed foods. Cut processed foods out. That's going to make a huge difference. So if you guys have questions about protein, I will relate my answers to me and what my opinion is according to what I've done since I was 12 years old, 15 years old, paying attention to this. I've always exercised. I've always lifted weights. I was always trying to get bigger. So give me your opinion. How many grams of protein you think you should eat, and maybe how many grams of protein you think you're eating, because especially people who are older, like some of us, we're not eating as much protein as we think we're eating. My mother-in-law said, "Hey, you getting enough protein?" I could ask her and she'd say, "Yeah, I had an egg and some peanut butter today." You didn't get any protein. I've used this example before. 8 eggs and a half a pound of lean ground beef. Okay, you're at 90 grams of protein. That's probably not enough for anybody.